sure that was probably a frustrating one in terms of how you guys executed, but can you assess just overall in terms of that game?
Yeah, I think not our best first, but came out in second, played really well, even in the third. But I think just little mistakes cost us here.
What's the fine line between balancing urgency that coach wants to see plus good puck decision making?
Well, I think going forward, just working harder. That's the key. They worked hard. They worked their ass off. We weren't good enough in battles. Weren't good enough in tracking. So I think, going forward, that's needs to stop.
You did score your first goal of the season with this group. What can you tell us about how that unfolded and what was working with your line?
I think just pressure them. I think that was the key. To get chances off the forecheck, kind of like sit on them, and it's also how the goal went in. Just forecheck and then getting bodies to the net.
How much credit do you have to give their goaltender?
Yeah, I mean he played a really good game. I don't think we made it too tough because we had a lot of shots from the outside too. But when he needed to stop pucks, he was there for sure.
Hayes, we talked after the first about puck decision.
Yeah.
Over the course of the rest of that game, where do you guys feel like that kind of progressed?
Yeah, I think it almost turned into more decisions away from the puck. I think we saw in that second period the pace we played with, kind of having that relentless forecheck, sitting on options, and that really tilted the ice. It's frustrating right now, obviously, us getting away from that after we saw the success we had. I think it's a decision. We need to grind. We need to be all in on that. We need to be a fast forechecking team, and we'll get offense from that. So, it's frustrating.
You being back in the lineup physically and mentally, how did that game feel for you personally?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to get back out there. This is what I love to do, and being out there competing with the guys. And,
What are some of the positives you can take away from tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw it in the second period. You see kind of what we can do, and we play fast, kind of play connected. I think that was a big thing coming into this game that we talked about, and you saw that in the second period. I think obviously it starts with hard work, and that needs to be the foundation of it all, but at the same time you need to be thinking, you need to be sitting on options, and that's how you smother teams. So I think that's something we can take, especially from that second period, and we need that for 60 minutes. So.
Was there anything they were doing, whether it be goaltender or systematically, that was frustrating you guys?
I think we got to look at ourselves on this one. I think over these first three games, I don't think we've been nearly hard enough around the net. I think that's a big thing that is another big piece of our team, being able to have two guys inside, compete around the net, be hard in there. I think that's something we've just been too perimeter, and when we have gotten around the net, we haven't been hard enough. We got to fight around there.
I know it's just your first game back, but does it feel kind of like guys are still trying to settle in with some of the new faces and some of the different line changes?
No, I think obviously we had training camp. We saw a lot. We spent a lot of time together. So I think it really comes down to the mindset. I think we've had plenty of time to get a feel. Obviously chemistry grows and whatnot, but I think right now it's all kind of mindset and just having that extra push, I guess.
I think we played a good game defensively. Obviously, they're really dangerous off the rush. We did a good job to neutralize their rush offense. I like our second period. I like the way we forecheck in the second period. It was the first time of the year where we really had our forecheck going and we were connected. We were on them and we made it tough on them to break out clean. That has to be a staple of our game. Right now we need more consistency in that.
Hayton just told us that he feels the last three games maybe not going as hard in the net and needing a little bit more of that push. Where does that start and how does that progress?
I agree with him. I think the NHL, you need to score a greasy goal. It's not just the goal when you have time and space. It's not just the rush, the 2-on-1s or the backdoor play. It's the one when you have someone on you. If you look at Nashville, the second goal they score, they dig in. They find a way. The Chicago, their first goal today, they dig in. They find a way. So we need to score those greasy goals if we want to have a chance to separate ourselves.
There's a balance between the urgency you want to see out of this group, but also the decision-making away and on the puck.
Oh, yeah. if you look at the game, no, cannot say, I'm not complaining about our performance. The guys worked really hard. We tracked really hard. We did a lot of good things. Our forecheck was excellent in the second period. We did a lot of good stuff. It's in order to go over the hump and win those games, we need to be harder inside. We need to be harder at the net. We need to get those greasy going.
Peterka had a good response at the start of the third. Quick passing with those three players. What did you see out of it?
They play well. They did a good job to utilize their speed. I think it's a little bit the reflect of our game. As soon as they start forechecking, they're fast and they have good stick. They have good legs. If they forecheck the way they did in the second, they will separate themselves.
Vanchek's first game for your team. How do you think he did?
He did a good job. I think he kept us there in the first when we had a few breakdowns, and he did what he had to do. It was not an easy game. Didn't give a lot of shot. It was not easy for him, but I think he's a veteran. He stayed with it.
You guys seem to be generating a lot of good chances and some decent offensive zone possessions, but what, I know you talk about getting greasy goals, but what ultimately needs to change to start seeing the puck go in the net?
Yeah. We need to bear down when we have those opportunities, and we need to be better when we're under pressure in those tight areas.